here as LGD, with Viego taking over, Gwen taking over. That's where they'll be able to shine.
And they can play sides so well, right? We know that Gwen, great DPS major.
From the volley bear, it becomes quite difficult to actually try and push in aggressively against these lanes if you're grouped up. So I think certainly for LGD, they'll be looking to try and get these solo lanes ahead in the early game.
And show us Season 11 with great passion for LGD game number 1. They've snagged Gwen, they've snagged the Viego. Kramer's been put on the Kai'Sa duty, which, let's be honest, maybe it's a little bit more competitive as Garvey versus ZS up in the top lane. Garvey wasn't expecting that and kind of just lets him walk in for the Tempest. But Dag does a priority up in the top side, so it is the first scuttle for Shadow while mid-gate turned on its head. Xie walks too far forward. Command attack. First blood for Xiao Xiaobao. Rough. Curious to see this replay, Dagda. He knew he was here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just thought that Hacker had gone to pat down towards the bottom side, thinking, okay, he's going to go for Scuttle, not control of mid, and he's going to continue that with the extra kill. SMLZ having control, but it feels like it's a great time to go for it.
It really is. It's up in the top side. Here's the gank instead. Shadow got onto ZS, and with the flash already burnt, Ignite down. Shadow picks up his first kill of the game thanks to Garvey.
And ZS was so upset with where that lane was positioned. It's really hard to try and shove it in against Garvey with the position that it's in. Garvey can trade incredibly effectively. The attack speed steroid that comes from his E means you're never trading effectively. And now Garvey again still gets to hold on to this wave, is completely free. And Hacker, after getting this dragon, will need to move up topside to try and make sure that ZS can crash that wave and reset. Oh, ZS, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Doesn't have flash. Teleports there. Okay, LGD pulled out the TP. Sonic Wave hasn't been used as of yet. Onto the Udyr, taking the engage. Shockwaves there. Pull Shadow back and set all the way back up to hitting level 6. ZS picks up his first kill as Mark's already roamed on up here. And Garvey gets a return. He gets to stay in the lane while ZS doesn't. Maybe that's a bit more worth for LGD. He's actually pinging towards the top side, so it could be a different lane to keep the momentum going as Garvey in a bit of trouble. There's the flash taken down here with the Sky Splitter Stormbringer into Garvey's harrowing miss. ZS in as well. The needlework does a lot of damage. The Sonic Wave execution, though, was just enough in the end, if only just enough.
Lee Sin and this poke virus can pop off, you're still waiting a long time for LGD.
Orbit, is this a pick? Harrowed Path is going to lead Share over to the side. Hacker's on him as well. They've caught him out with the control ward. He has to use the Heartbreak around. Shockwave whiffs though, but Xie still destroyed. SMLZ pokes him down, and he looked for the flank, but UP knew exactly what he was up to.
If he's able to get onto some of these key carries, can kick them back into Ultra Prime to set things up. So LGD trying to respect that as the Dragon has started.
And he has flash as well for the kick flash. Note that Xiao Xiaobao not without the flash for another 20 seconds, which won't be this fine. Dragon's being hit down pretty fiercely as 3.5k is the number. ZS is joining his team as 2k comes in. Sky Splitter there, Mark starts to engage. It's secured by the side of LGD, but Hacker's still running after them. Chilling Smite locks down Marco, shields up, flashes away, Garvey's in, and the harrowing miss, Disengager at least denying the damage. The needlework as well, so much there, Stormbringer on top, but Garvey survives for so long. Kramer now ready to go in his Shockwave, pulls back the 80 carry, but the kick from ZS, he goes back in with a Tempest, was so damn close, as well as SMLZ's poke. Man, ZS made the hero play, but LGD end up the 2-for-1 that we talked about as a potential for LGD.
But also, oh, hang on.
Maybe this is one of them. The flash in, instant flash from Share, Spectral Maw, Shockwave, not available. And that's an easy kill going over to the Viego. UP's response, well, they're going to try and hit mid with 3 and get this mid turret down.
And they should be able to get this down, which honestly for Ultra Prime is going to make things a hell of a lot easier.
They're collapsing. It's a death charge.
Again.
Teleport in. Shadow doesn't have his flash, but he's running at them. Teleport in response from ZS, who safeguards away. Mark misses the dredge line there. Rather, it was a little bit short. And
LGD are trying to see if they can find their advantages. Because, oh, hang on, Ultra Prime.
Yeah, they've just pulled the trigger. They know that LGD were backing away. And Ultra Prime have been controlling vision for the whole time. You mentioned the teleports there from Garvey. Xie doesn't have his either. He's just lucky that he's nearby. They're collapsing. The Baron's already gone down. It's the engage from ZS, who's taken down Kramer. Killer Instinct there, looking for the cripple. Comes in and smacks him in the face. Kramer's down, Baron secured, now they're on top of the Gwen. Garvey running away with a hallowed miss, but everyone's there. Needlework at the ready, but Shockwave says no. And UP just come in so clean with the quick call. that ZS is taking initiative here on the Lee Sin as Abyssal Voyage is actually used. Xiaoxi has followed this up. Kramer's caught out yet again. And this is not a good look for the AD carry who started the season with about 6 misclicks, mispositions. Dagda, they got Baron, they got a 30-second timer on this AD carry. That's at least the inhibitor.
And Hacker's just tanking this up. 1 minion remained, but Hacker was like, hey, look, as long as this minion survives, we get the debuff on the tower. So we're able to take that down. Ultra Prime now get the inhibitor. They'll back off. Actually, ZS has already nicely started up this dragon. And now you're looking...
Shadow does have 2 armor items there, so he'll be probably the only one that's going to be fine. But Dagda, just look at them approaching the turret. LGD either need an engage or just have to run. Shadow's trying to do that, but nothing's stuck.
But this is what we said, the wave... Oh, there we go.
Flash, shockwave's there, but LGD have just walked into this. Nice needlework to pick up Shouts Out Balance. That's the flank that really matters coming through. Killer Instinct into the backline. It didn't start off too great, but now it's going to end beautifully as Ultra Prime walk into the web. That is LGD's base. Because they walked into the shockwave first, Dagger, and I thought, okay, this is where game 1 ends. But Xie follows through and makes sure that this is going to work out in their favor.
Exactly. I mean, look at the position here, right? You've got ZS, who's completely out of the equation. So this is a 4 versus 5. And ZS has a good amount of the money that is around on Ultra Prime as well. But also, he's a big factor for the disengage. The Dragon Rage being able to buy, while still keeping LGD interested in this Baron.
They just have to make sure they also have a look at where Garvey is, because the engage from Mark, they've given it to him again. Shouts Out Bell gets knocked up. Shadows in, Share into the backline, and Garvey is the Gwen absorbing so much damage in that harrowed path. You can see Garvey moving away as well. First part of the needlework, Stormbringer to lock him down. Finally takes some damage, but Garvey has more ultimates to go. Jumps back in, snip time again, playing precariously. While in the backline, Kramer now jumping in, but Xie's getting low. LGD are playing on 2 fronts. And this is not what you'd call clean team fighting. Kramer trying to clean up what he can, but Dagda, I don't know what to say about that one.
So it didn't look too clean, but it was actually really well played by Ultra Prime in that fight, as Garvey now still needs to keep himself safe. But I will talk about as the replay comes in, but I want to talk about your eyes on SMLZ and just how good he was at spacing and having the team play to keep people off of him.
We'll have a look in a second. Dragon Soul coming up next here for Ultra Prime. We'll look again because it was a very long team fight where they try and corner Garvey.
So watch ZS here, where he's actually already used the Dragon Kick to buy space. So this is the second engagement that we have. But SMLZ, Viego tries to jump on him. You get the Tam Kench to keep him safe. They all turn to deal with Kramer, who's also jumped onto him on that top side. So again, Xiao Xiaobao and SMLZ are safe. Meanwhile, ZS is tearing asunder the back line for LGD. So it means people at bay, although as I say, that Shadow has found a sneaky flank.
Yeah, Xie as well, going to get the other side of it. Shadow's been targeted out. ZS is there. He'll be stunned up for now, and the graphic comes up on the bottom. Means we've got a team fight in the making. Maybe it was a little bit too early, but Garvey's going to be engaged on ZS without any energy. But Mark going into the backline, destroyed by Shouts Out Bell. What's a bit of a wombo in here as well. Watch Xie, watch Garvey taking care of ZS while Shoutsy's dead as well. Kramer cleaning up the rest. A triple on the side of SMLZ, but Ultra Prime have lost their 80 carry while TP comes through. ZS will be able to get out of there, but Kramer, Shadow, and Xie are still alive to start threatening the Baron.
Yeah, and as confusing as it is because it's a Viego, it's a triple for Xie. This guy went nuts in that fight, and this was the difference again, where we're looking at the ability to buy space for the backline. They weren't able to do it in this fight. The people like Xiaoxi and ZS weren't in a position to try and stop the onslaught from LGD. LGD are the ones that pick up the fight. They get the Baron, and now they can get control back on this map. They can start to create these longer lanes by getting down these towers. But watch, ZS goes in aggressive. Xiaoxi tries to aggress onto the bottom side of the fight here, which is the go button for Shadow. Because once Xiaoxi is away from SMLC and Xiao Xiaobao, that's when Mark and Shadow go in aggressive. They set up for Xie. The CC chain means that it's incredibly difficult for Xiaoxi to actually get onto the core carries. And as soon as Xiao Xiaobao goes down, that's a whole heap of burst damage that now Xie has access to. He takes down so many different members and then turns his attention towards the rest of Ultra Prime that are still alive.
The Gwen at that point now as well with the Cosmic Drive, as Shadow's going to be running at them. But UP, they know the threat here. Chelsea has to flash away. He's been caught out, and Garvey tackles him down. The needed work comes on in, and after snipping a couple of people, it's now 30 seconds till the next Dragon, and LGD are not slowing down.
And Shadow's been doing such a good job of finding these flanks consistently. Ultra Prime not keeping their vision control there to ward out as that
Mark
hook.
again. They've got the engage onto ZS. Shadow gets stunned in the backline. Xie, he's been spotted out though. LGD have abandoned him. He has to use the Heartbreaker, but he's way behind enemy line. Lucky the turret went down. Lucky Mark survives. Ultra Prime almost picking a bit off the back end as Garvey, that is about 100 years. He just set Gwen back about, 10, 11 days there. Ultra Prime getting a pick that they shouldn't have, and now Dragon might actually be theirs.
Yeah, I don't know what Garvey was thinking. He just had to hop out of there and instead goes in aggressive, gives his life, and Ultra Prime now, this is Soul. This is a huge boon to this team.
That was bad. There's nothing more to say than Garvey Y. When you had teleport, you could go back and heal and threaten Dagda, Ocean Soul to Ultra Prime. Pushing it, leaving it, not adding any pressure. And Ultra Prime like, okay, fine, waves are crashing in. We're just going to start the Baron. We have priority, we have full vision. LGD can't get near us.
They do need to be careful though, because now they're split, and that's where LGD can pounce.
SLC's done a lot of damage onto Mark. Into the backline, it's a 3-man depth charge. Needlework starts off. Meanwhile, Kramer's there. He's got a lot of damage as well. Numbers advantage created. Killer Instinct available. When does Kramer go into Shadow? Sets him up. Kramer into the backline. Onto SMLZ. He flushes forward. He's feeling himself. He's making up for going too far forward. Garvey doing the same. And LGD have caught Ultra Prime by surprise.
And all that Ultra Prime had to do is stay together. Buddy system is the way forward, but they don't go for it. They split up, and LGD realize that now they have the opportunity to collapse ZS though on the run. But with Garvey and Xie keep him in check, he will go down. Although, may not. Oh, they're TPing. They're just looking to end.
They want it, Dagda. Look at the death timers, though. Is that enough? Hacker, 15 seconds, 20 seconds on SMLZ, and Chelsea. I don't think they can end the game here, Dagda, but have been proven wrong many different times. Needlework's there first. They're trying to dive Shouts out Bell. He's buying time with the Zhonya's here. The stopwatch ends up, and LGD take him down. Hacker's now alive, but SMLZ and Chelsea 5 seconds away. Stormbringer there. Hacker's still trying to delay, but he's dead as well. Volley Bear stolen by Xie as the first Nexus turret goes down. Chelsea and SMLZ on their last defense, but it's way too late. LGD from the brink of despair bring a Game 1 win.
Somehow, LGD managed to bring that game back, and again, phenomenal one-shot mark, make it very difficult for Kramer to play towards, and especially if you have Hacker playing down towards that bottom side. I'm a bit worried the spot lane doesn't get time to scale into the late game.
But I think again,
Lilia Jhin combo, it becomes very easy for Hacker and SMLZ to actually looking for picks back, especially onto immobile champions like the Jinx, on towards Mark and this Lulu. You can look for a pick that way. The curtain call as well can set up for engages from very far away, like by slowing down, especially when Hacker's running this Predator. Like, you have ways now of actually counteracting some of the map play from LGD with your own
time though. You talked about the wave management. Garvey still pushing in, but he's actually timed it poorly. Flash on in. That's a quick cue. ZS is at the ready as well. No hammer stance needed as First Blood comes in to punish before Shadow can even get up there.
And this
into this top side, which is still losing out. Flash coming in though. Meanwhile, the spear does connect from Shadow. He wants to go all in, and against Hacker, he'll take this into a 1v1 as Shouts Out Bao has joined it as well. Javelin toss also connects. The facebreaker brings him in closer. Pounce is there. One more hit, but Shadow can't get it. ZS cleans him up before he can think about it, and now the fight continues. Xie has run out of matter as Xiaoxi has made the better roam, and Shouts Out Bao gets one on the menu. Plating. Herald has not been picked up as it's only 6 minutes in the game. Garvey setting himself up, but Hacker now has the Lilting Lullaby as there we go. It's going to be onto two. The face breaker, haymaker. It's time to stop and look in the mirror because Xiao Xiao Bao puts that over in an instance.
Yes. And the thing is, because Garvey's losing out topside, Shadow is losing out in the jungle. True. He wanted to pass down towards his bottom side there, but he's now not in position for this dive because he had to keep Garvey safe in top lane.
And look at this, look at the flash from Shouts. That was clean. Depth charge comes through. Kramer's going to get rooted. Lilting Lullaby is cleansed away as Shadow is trying to respond. The Harpoon needs to land on one target here as Garvey's TP'd on in. Golden is Hacker, Shousey at half health for the re-engage. Garvey just used the dominance to Shouse our bow, jumps on in, dunks down, face breaker connects. He's making up for the mid lane play. The haymaker launches through as Garvey cleans it with Cole the Meat. We've got Shie in the play as well, as Ultra Prime are actually losing this one. The numbers advantage all to LGD as they get a couple of kills back on the board. Mark healed up to slow down, get the glitter lance, the gold card, and LGD with some big shutdowns.
Yeah.
Over to Ultra Prime. While LGD now, that timer begins. They're a team comp that we wanted to see snowballing off the start as Garvey's going in for aggressive trades. But Dagda, I mean, 2 Dragons time, that's Ocean Soul. That Ultra Prime might be able to get again as Garvey wants to 1v1 the set. Not sure if that's ever the idea. Flash, dunk down, punch him in the gut, and that Crocodile got put on the endangered species list.
On for a second. Had Shie teleport up, try and make this play.
That is the shortest range I've seen out of a Destiny in a while, but they get the kill. But Lilting Lullaby in action on top of Shadow. Shie is unaffected as Gold Card connects. Hacker gets out, but only just. Javelin Toss doing a lot of damage. Shousey not going to be walking over a wall. They've got control
TP
in
behind.
that topside brush. Dagda called it. That teleport's big, but Garvey, remember, Dominus is all he has. He's knocked up, about to die. Heals up, thankfully. Gets pulled back on in, but he survived for so long. LGD now have a bit more time to work with, and numbers advantage yet again as SMLZ is 4 versus the world. And down here will go as well. 2 kills to the Jinx. LGD somehow coming back from the brink of death. Dagda, this needs to be secured by Ultra Prime. If they're not able to hold on to this lead, I fear for them. Shie going to go golden here. We all saw this coming. Here comes Shadow, though. The flash away, buying time. Gold cards there. Couple more autos, but Shadow to the rescue, man. That's brothers for you.
Whereas it is sticking around on Ultra Prime, although Mark taking the shock blast, not too happy about that. And we've actually swapped places now. LGD, they're the ones in control of this dragon, and it has to be UP to look for an engagement.
The poke is just insane. I mean, it's a poke battle from both sides. Garvey has altered over the wall, though, folks. Watch out for the flank coming through as Shadow's been caught out. Goes golden, but everyone from UP on top as he flashes away. Lilting Lullaby there, but LGD's backline has just destroyed themselves an 80 carry. UP are now centered in front of a Croc. They're on the wrong side of the cage with a double kill for the most underwhelming member. Kramer lives while Shadow dies, and that means the Dragon can be started with 2 versus 4.
A strong team fight from LGD nets them to the first dragon of the game. It slows the onslaught of Ultra Prime, but importantly as well, it gets that goal back in their favor. 3 kills now on lead lock with Garvey, because you got the rapid fire cannon there completed. So if you have Shie coming in from Fog of War, he can pick people off, but could it get picked off here?
Yeah, he's flashing away, but Thetis is just going to match Everfrost there, but he's dead. I mean, Shie, he tried to stop her back and he passed ridiculously.
A team that does it particularly quickly, but you do have SMLZ who's gone for the lethality build. You're not going to get a huge amount from Set. They need the Jace here, who has moved across to make sure they've actually got the damage to try and burst this.
Let's not forget Leandri's as well on Hacker does burn it pretty quickly, but you're right, it's not as quick as if you had a DPS 80 carry as Garvey's on a flank, but he's going to be versing 5. He flashes away. There's the dredge line from Shousey, but the poke comes through. It's Shadow in the back line. It's Kramer as well. Garvey was a decoy, Lois, as the zap lines up SMLZ. Super Mega Death Rocket was already used, but it's rockets galore here. Everyone into the back line. Shie respawns, and the poke from LGD is insane.
And again, it's LGD playing these fights so much better. Now LGD, they can easily turn towards this Baron. They've got a heap of damage that can come through from Kramer. Shie is going to be here to try and help out as well. And Shadow can keep everyone nice and topped up.
This jungler's come into the LPL, and people thought, man, EU jungler is going to get smashed. So far, in both of his series, Shadow has been one of the best players on this team and has shown that he can keep up with some of these big-name junglers, at least big-name LPL junglers, right? Hacker's been in the league for quite a while, and Shadow is testing his might as we look again at how many spears connected and how much damage follow-up there was.
Shadow played this so damn well. I mean, as you said, like setting up beautifully there for the resets to come through on Kramer as well, which is so crucial for this fight. And it feels like this meta suits Shadow down to the ground. When I was watching him back in...
Really, there's the pressure once again. Look at the cannon minions doing work, and imagine if Hullbreaker was in the game, and that turret would already be gone. And they'd have pirate hats like Jack Sparrow. Inhibitor turret gonna go down as well. Triple cannon. The boys are back, and they're just shooting down some barrels. Garvey now mid, setting up for another wave to break the base even further.
And that's it. Chester Bell's been cut out.
I mean, he's just one shot. What the heck? It's over in an instant. Dagda, Mark gets poked down. Doesn't matter. Kramer's getting excited, running forward. Zap connects. Kramer making up for the sacrifices he made in a different series. Dagda. Inhibitor number 2 goes down. And LGD with the next minion wave are going to try and end this one. Poke good from Ultra Prime. But they have big death timers on jungle and mid.
And again, Ultra Prime, they find themselves on the back foot. This could actually be the 2-0 victory from LGD. Both times bringing these games back from the brink to clutch it out. Mark, though, takes a massive hit in that fight.
That javelin toss hurts more than a blood test. LGD with the first Nexus turret. In goes Xiao Si to his doom. Garvey gonna die here thanks to Ignite, but actually healed up. Shadow does it again. And the brink of despair is something I've said so many times with LGD as they 2-0 Ultra Prime out of nowhere.
And all of it, again and again, is coming off the back of Shadow.